In the heart of Mississippi's fertile delta, massive earthen pyramids rise from cotton fields like silent sentinels guarding ancient secrets. These are the Winterville Mounds, one of North America's most significant archaeological treasures that remained hidden in plain sight for centuries. Originally containing at least 23 mounds, this ceremonial center was built by ancestors of the Chickasaws, Choctaws, and other tribes we know today. But by the early 1900s, most Americans had no idea these monuments existed. The story of Winterville's recognition begins in the 1920s, when a handful of scholars and local residents began to understand the true significance of these towering earthworks. Unlike the famous burial mounds of Ohio, these were something entirely different. Massive platform mounds surrounding carefully engineered plazas. At 55 feet in height with 2 ramps leading up to it, Mound A dominates the site and is the focal point of 2 built-up plazas surrounded by a ring of smaller boundary mounds, some of which are connected to each other by causeways. What made these mounds particularly remarkable was their construction. Workers cleared the site of foliage and leveled it, which itself involved bringing in great amounts of soil. Earthworks were built with alternating layers of soil and silt, dug from the banks of nearby creeks and transported to the site in baskets by perhaps hundreds of workers. By the 1920s, farming had already begun to threaten several of the outer mounds. Some of the mounds located outside current park boundaries were leveled by farming and highway construction before the site became protected as Winterville State Park. Time was running out to preserve this incredible legacy. But who built these massive monuments? And why were they abandoned? Archaeological evidence indicates that the Indians who used the Winterville Mounds may have had a civilization similar to that of the Natchez Indians, documented by French explorers in the early 1700s. As the 1920s progressed, a growing awareness emerged that these weren't just random hills. They were the remains of one of the most sophisticated civilizations in prehistoric North America. This civilization thrived from about 1000 to 1450 CE. The earthwork mounds were an expression of the Winterville society's religious and political system, serving as sites of sacred structures and ceremonies. The recognition of Winterville's importance in the early 20th century would set the stage for one of the most fascinating archaeological investigations in American history. But the true secrets of this lost empire, including a mysterious fire that changed everything, would take decades more to uncover. In our next episode, we'll journey back 800 years to meet the remarkable civilization that built these monuments. The Plaquemine people, whose sophisticated society rivaled anything in North America. And we'll discover how their connection to the mighty Cahokia Empire may have shaped the destiny of Winterville forever.